Okay, we got Mr. Chili, KLR, PP, Father Winter's Helper. So we got two humanoids with an aquatic. I'm going to start with well, I could start with either of these actually. I think I will start with the Blazehound. I have no interest in dealing with slippery ice. So let's swap him out. That'll bring in Father Winter's Helper. Let's go for Magma Trap. He's likely to buff my damage here with Call Blizzard. Nice. So now when my trap goes off, it does an extra 25% damage. I think I'll stay in. Yeah, did not want to eat that on my flyer. What I'm not sure about is... Yeah, no, I am sure. Let's stay in. We are not chilled, so Ice Lance will not do double damage to me. And my trap totally went off at a great time and crit for 519. That was pretty insane, actually. All right, yeah, Blazehound is putting in work here. We can swap him out before he goes for slippery ice. And, so Deep Freeze doesn't have a guaranteed stun me because I'm not chilled, but it will kill me. I think I'm okay with him putting Deep Freeze on cooldown to kill me. Because now he doesn't have it for one of these pets. I think what I want to do here is bring in Jingles. Set up my... do I set up Minefield or do I go for Gift? If I go for Minefield, he could try to put down Slippery Ice and make me miss. That could be annoying. But he didn't swap in time to do that, so... That was fortunate for us. 259. Let's go for a Pounce. I feel like he's gonna stay in. Okay, it does weak damage to me. This is going great. Let's go for a Pounce. Okay. I have my Beast Racial now. Let's swap to the Buzzer before he can Deep Freeze me. And then, Yeah, we have to Wing Buff it. Nice crit. That'll force him to eat the Minefield here. And then we can go for a basic attack. He's one hit away from dying. Oh, he should have not done that. He should have went for Slippery Ice. Maybe he has Frostbite, but yeah, I don't know why you would run this pet without Slippery Ice. His win with this team, or his win con with this team, is to get me to miss something important with that 20%. All right, well that went well. So let's see, that was 2 humanoids. I guess an undead might be good. I feel like a critter is just more valuable than... So I'm thinking like this, the Damp Scrat is like a good option most likely. Because I'll take weak damage from all the elemental attacks, and then if he's going for like Slippery Ice, then maybe my Uncanny Luck can come in handy. And I don't think he has a way to take away Cyclone that I can see, so... Yeah, Clone Dance would probably do well versus him. The Golden Hatchling's not going to be great, though, because he has a lot of... Okay, he doesn't have a lot, but he does have 2 humanoids, so he's going to have some humanoid damage. Maybe this team? Hmm. Hmm. Do I have any other teams that I think would be better? Well, okay, I like this team better. The Nightshoot Sproutling. He's pretty high up there on the tier list. Okay, how about this team? This team seems... So we got Cyclone. This seems like a... Well, now that I'm thinking about it, the damn Scrat is actually pretty bad versus 2 humanoids. Maybe he isn't the best pet. Maybe a different pet with... I'm going to send it. I like the team. I think if I get him, I should be favored to win. I just have a decent team. He doesn't have a counter to Clone Dance. The best he can do is hope that Slippery Ice clutches up and makes my Cyclone miss a lot, but I'll have Uncanny Luck to counter that somewhat. The Damp Scrat takes weak damage from his elemental attacks, which is most of his team, but he also does weak damage to both those humanoids. But I don't really play the Damp Scrat for his basic attack. I just run Chomp because the other option is worse. Barb Stinger is pretty undertuned. Maybe I guess I could try out Barb Stinger because I did want to test if the 20% proc chance is buffed by Uncanny Luck. I just feel like even if it is, it's probably just better to run Chomp so that you have a dependable basic attack. I guess versus 2 humanoids, now would be the time to try that, but eh. So the other option I could try versus a team with 2 humanoids is obviously bring lots of undead damage. But he does have an aquatic, so I'd probably want some undead damage and some flying damage. Do any of those teams fit that criteria? Well, this team right here does. We got Rattlejaw. We've got the Enraged Pultrid. It's kind of a fun team. Would it beat him? So we started with Mr. Chili. And now I don't have a way to swap him out, so he would probably get down that slippery ice and give me some trouble. Oh, I'd be so mad if my Whirling Talons missed under slippery ice. Yeah, I think I will not play that team. Yeah, playing a mechanical versus that team is going to be a bad plan. I was looking at this team, so we have the Void Scarred Cat, which is going to be taking weak damage from the KLR. He's nice and beefy, he's got some good health, so he's tanky. I guess the reason I wanted to play Clone Dance was because he had an aquatic. So Void Cyclone isn't really going to be as valuable. Although I do have 2 pets that can counter the slippery ice. I think, as much as I hate missing, it's probably better off for me to just not worry about the slippery ice and assume that I land most of my attacks. Alright, we had an idol, a decoy pet, and then Drax is a little bit of a oddball. I guess I probably want to... Let's start with the Scrat. I'm hoping he doesn't start with that idol, and he didn't, so that's good. That means I can get some AoE damage on him before he's smart enough to press Sandstorm. Not sure what abilities this pet has, but I'm not really worried about whatever they might be. Apparently one of them is Tail Sweep. I'm assuming the other one is probably Spike Skin and then Unrelenting Flames. Let's send an Uncanny Luck and see what he does here. He probably procs his Dragon Racial. Uh-oh. Ow. Okay, well. He's about to hit me real hard. But even if I lose my Flying Racial, which I probably will. Oh my goodness, what if he lands a Cataclysm with a Dragon Racial? Okay, thank goodness he's not going for that, if that's what he has. I think Cyclone is more important than Mothballs. I want to AoE down the Idol. The Idol is, in my opinion, the biggest problem here, although it's looking like the pet I was underestimating is actually giving me the most trouble. Let's go for Mothballs. It's weak damage, but it's still kind of popping off. Like, weak damage, and it still did about 500 to 600 damage. That's pretty good. We have our crit buff. I think what I want to do here is bring in the Damp Scrat. I want to just AoE down this team. Yep. We're going to go for a Great Sting. And then we're just going to hope that our Snapdragon can 1v3. Oh, I died. Alright. Well, he does die to a water jet. This is going to be a little bit sketchy because all I have to really deal with that Sandstorm now is a dive. So I better time it like a... something that times things well, I guess. I'm not sure where I was going with that. Okay, well, he's saving the idol for last. Don't mind that, actually. I think what I want to do is call lightning. Although it'll buff his damage. Still gonna go for it. It'll make that sting tick for a little bit of extra damage, and then yeah, the cyclone is going to eat that decoy. That was a really bad decoy. You should have waited till cyclone was gone. All right. Does water jet kill him? Oh, sure does. I got lightning up. All right. Oh, and cyclone totally landed at 25%. Wait, you said it was 85%. I swear it was not that high. Okay. Well, cyclone totally just carried me there. Good job, Snapdragon. I'm not sure why the tooltip said that it was 85%, because I'm pretty sure Uncanny Luck expired a long time ago. Alright, well, got an idol now that I gotta deal with. I'm definitely more scared of the idol than any of these three pets, so that's what I think I'm gonna focus on having an answer to. Okay, let's see here. All we found out was that he has deflection, so I'm assuming he has crush and sandstorm. But that's good intel that he has deflection. He should not have wasted it there, because now I know what he has. That's probably the most important thing for me to know know what he's running. MPD's good versus idols. I think the first three pets that come to mind when I'm trying to think about how to counter an idol. Okay, there's four pets. I guess the number one is going to be the Gleamhoof Fawn. Pretty much with any combination of Sandstorm pets. But the other three are... Oh, I thought of the Nightshade Sproutling too. That's good. So the Nightshade and the Autumnal Sproutling. Squirky, MPD, and then Gleamhoof Fawn. Those are five pets that are good versus the idol. So let's start with Squirky, I think. Squirky is great versus idols. So if I have like a Squirky team with the Decoy Breaker, I think that is the move here. No Decoy Breaker here. Sadly, no decoy breaker here. I miss when Flurry broke decoy. We do have 2 decoy breakers here. I'm not sure how well this team will do versus him. Yeah, this is actually a work in progress team. So let's see here. So I made. Didn't I save this team somewhere? Maybe I still need to work on this team because I was trying to pick a better pet than Blight Breath. I thought I had another team with um Squirky and Blight Breath. I guess so. This team has the Heartseeker Moth. Well, he's not going to be great versus that mechanical. I guess the Heartseeker Moth isn't terrible versus the Idol. So these 2 pets, actually all 3 of these pets are pretty good versus the Idol. Played it last video though, so I think I'll try a different one. We have a Decoy Breaker. We have Squirky. I have no Weather Changer. I feel like this team should do fine versus him. It seems like an even matchup. I'm going to play it because I know that he's running Deflection. If there was still a possibility that he's running Rupture, I might think a little harder before I press Q, but I'll just press Q with this team because I kind of like it. And it has what I'm looking for. It has a Decoy Breaker. It has Squirky. This team would really suffer if I queued into triple Sandstorm, but 1 idol should be, yeah, we got the same guy. So he starts with Drax. I think I should be favored to win this, probably. I guess I technically don't know what he has in the first slot here. So if I sweep him, that will bring in... Let's just start with the knockoff Blinktron. I want Squirky versus the Idol. I want Blinktron versus the Mechanical. And I guess that leaves the Glimmerfly versus Drax. I'm fine with this. Let's go for a Make It Rain. Ow. That hurt. Maybe I should have just went for the Booby Trap Presence. Well, let's send the Booby Trap Presence. He didn't get the... What is it? A 25% chance to... Oh, it actually has a 25% chance to stun. I didn't even know that. So it's kind of like Soul Rush, and then it can also dot me. It's going to hit somebody hard. Maybe it has to be Blinktron. I feel like my weakest pet is the Glimmerfly, so I'm going to save my Blinktron for later. Ow, that really hurt. At least I still have my flying racial, so that's good. Okay, we can bring in the Idol. Let's do that. Let's bring in the Idol. If I'm going to have somebody eat this Sandstorm, it'll be my Glimmerfly. Maybe I should have started with a Glimmerfly instead of the knockoff Blinktron. I don't know. Maybe Squirky would have been a good opener too. I think I started with the right pet. I should have just sent the Booby Trap Presence and then swapped instantly. I think going for the Make It Rain was a misplay. He's saving that... Oh, nope, there's the Sandstorm. Okay. Alright, Sandstorm's on cooldown. We know what he's running. He has Deflection. I guess I'll bring in Blinktron. That's okay. We can go for a Smack That. Nice. His Deflection's on cooldown now. So I can booby trap presence. I need to save this guy versus the Zeppelin. And let's bring in Squirky. I don't think that idol can tank all 9 rounds of this booby trap presence. So his best bet is probably... Actually, maybe I just stun him. Let's go for the... Let's send the stun because he doesn't have deflection. Okay. Yeah, his best bet is to try to get me to miss my minefield with Sandstorm, I think. I am pretty far behind, though. I think it really cost me that I gave him his Dragon Racial by using Make It Rain instead of just sending them the minefield. If I miss, like, say, a minefield, I think it's probably GG. Might need to pick a slightly better team. I think I underestimated Drax a lot. Alright, so we're not giving him any humanoid healing, which is good. Oh my goodness, my minefield is almost gone. If I miss a single attack, that is so bad. Come on, please don't miss. Actually, if I low roll... Oh my gosh, I just don't have enough damage. I wasted... Oh my gosh. I couldn't kill him. Okay. I feel like he's about to go for a deflection. It's fine. We'll go for a fish slap. Yeah, I completely underestimated how tanky the idol was. He actually just wasted 9 rounds at 50% HP. And my minefield was wasted. I can't believe how insanely OP this pet is. That's insane. He was like 700 HP and I could not kill him in time. Also, I forgot fish slap is there's no RNG. It's just a standard 288. Let's go for a clobber. Squirky is faster than the whole team, so I think he can maybe make something happen here. Bring in the Blinktron. Let's go for Booby Trap Presence. And then let's take down that decoy that I was predicting he would press immediately. I think I might still be okay. It's hard to say. I actually kind of wish I had inflation on this team. But I see why I ran Smack That, is I have Dazzling Dance. I think inflation would do me a little bit more favors at this point. Okay, so do I go for Smack That or Make It Rain? I think Smack That might be slightly more damage. I already have the dot rolling. Let's just go for Smack That. It's guaranteed damage. I really hope he low rolls. If he low rolls, that would be huge. Nice. Okay, that means I don't have to eat that bomb with Squirky. Now I might go for another Make It Rain. Just to have the dot rolling longer. Nah, let's just go for Smack That. I think, yeah, that's fine. I don't want to mess around with maybe missing and then doing less damage. Alright. I think Squirky can 1v2 here, but it's getting down to the wire. Who's lagging? Am I lagging? Alright, we could stun him. I think that'd be good. Let's stun him. Maybe, yeah. Maybe I should have attacked him. I didn't want to let him get that bombing run down, but maybe I should have just taken the mechanical racial. Because he is still going to get that bombing run down as it turns out. Alright, let's go for fish slaps. I don't want to go for bubble because I think... maybe I could have went for bubble. I think it'll be okay. I'm faster than Drax. He's about to take a minefield to the face, and then... Yeah. Yeah, we got this. We got this, Squirky. Yeah, Squirky gives the idol a lot of trouble. But that was a big miscalculation on my end, too. I think I made 2 big misplays. I think, first of all, I should have just started out with minefield, and then ignored Make It Rain. And then secondly, obviously, it was not great that I sent a second minefield that ended up getting completely stalled out by an idol at like 40% HP. That's actually just, I am in shock that the idol is able to literally just tank 9 rounds. I don't think I misplayed either. I think I just actually couldn't do enough damage to kill him. Maybe I misplayed and I could have killed him if I just went for damage, but yeah, it didn't work out. Okay, well, we barely beat that guy. So that was Squirky. What else does well? Well, we have the Nightshade Sproutling is good versus him. Autumnal Sproutling is good versus the Idol. Autumnal Sproutling. MPD is good. Any pet with Decoy or Bubble is usually pretty good. Okay, so we got the Autumnal Sproutling here. We got a Decoy Breaker here. Enchanted Pen. Let's take a look here. Enchanted Pen is not great versus the Idol. It has no Decoy Breaker. I guess I have the Immolation rolling. And it's bad versus the Dragon. Yeah, I like this pet. He's not very good versus this team, though. We could play this team. So I have my own Sandstorm now, and I have a Bubble. I have a Decoy Breaker, but it's a really bad one. Because if he blocks my Decoy, then I don't get to slow him. At least I'm not going to slow all 3 of his pets. I think I'll slow like 1 of his pets. And if one of his pets is dead, then it'll literally just remove Decoy and I don't get my Temporal Anomaly out. Which, okay, my Pale Shell Crab doesn't even need... I think this team would actually do pretty well versus him. So the Autumnal Sproutling is great versus all 3 pets, and especially versus the Idol. He hits the mechanical hard. The only thing I really need to worry about, I think, is, well, okay, so the dragon takes weak damage from Sandstorm. But my Autumnal Sproutling should do... I don't know. That dragon's actually kind of a little bit sketchy, because he hits so hard. I have to be careful about that dragon. Although he is probably the weakest pet of the 3. It's not a pet I see very often. Oh, goody. We got a very fun-loving team here. Is there any chance this team can beat him? I just don't think so. Maybe the Pale Shell Crab can 1v3. That's kind of the only way that I see myself having a chance here. If I do any swapping, I'm not going to be able to beat him. I have 1 Weather Changer. He has to play, like, out of his mind awful to lose. I'm debating letting him have the win, but I'll stay and see how badly he plays. Maybe the Pale Shell Crab actually can 1v3. I think Squirky can actually 1v3 here, but I'm not sure, and I don't really want to spend 25 minutes finding out. So let's press Sandstorm. Mitigate that healing, and then we'll spam pinches for a minute. I only have 268 attack power. That is not a lot of attack power, but I do have strong damage versus him. Oh, a crit could win me the game right here. Come on, crit for me. Dang it. All right, well, maybe he'll forget to press the swap button. Oh, he found the swap button. What a gamer. Well, let's press Sandstorm. It's off cooldown. If it crits, it could kill him. His heals can't crit, and my attacks can, so eventually maybe I can kill something. Also, maybe he'll, like, press the wrong ability and throw the game. Oh, that was the wrong ability. You better swap. You better not press that photosynthesis. Oh dear. Oopsie doodle. You made a oopsie poopsie. Look, now you got two pets somehow when you're playing Blossoming Ancient Brute and Singing Sunflower. How did that happen? How did you manage to lose this game? I'm getting second-hand embarrassment. This is a big yikes. Okay, let's go for Sandstorm. I need to mitigate that guy's backline healing. He is still healing for a lot. He might still be able to 2v3 here because he's done a lot of damage with Sunlight. But this is going pretty well for us. Pale Shell Crab is absolutely carrying this team on his back. If he's dumb enough to go for Solar Beam, I just win. He has to swap here. There's just... Surely he's not that dumb. Right? Yeah, he knows better. But yeah, that was a big misplay for him to go for that Sunlight there. He should have just put up some photosynthesis and swapped, I think. Although he might just actually be in a lot of trouble here. Because of the Pale Shell Crab. I can't believe this is going so well for us. Alright, come on, crit. This would be a really nice time to crit. I don't think I've gotten any crits yet. Nah, no crit. Alright, well, my team's almost dead. It's coming down to the wire. But I have Sandstorm back, so that's good. Okay. He's probably about to go for a Solar Beam, which will kill me. But if he presses Solar Beam, the rest of my team will just kill him. So we'll press Sandstorm to mitigate Sunlight. And if he goes for Solar Beam, then I can just kill him with Fist of the Forest. Oh, how embarrassing. You just got no-timed. Petal lives with 30 HP. The boss. Alright. I wonder if he'll play this same team again. I think what I'll do is I'll just play a team that will definitely win versus him. Let's see, Sunny Day. Here we go. We'll play this team. If we get the idle guy, yeah, this is probably not going to beat him. But it's okay. I'm just really hoping I get that same guy and I can beat him nice and efficiently now. Excellent. All right. Let's do this. Go for a Cyclone. I don't think it's worth going for Ghostly Bite. I care more about AoE right now than single target. Let's bring in that Jade Mist Dancer. I want to change that weather instantly. This team, I want to limit test this team versus this team because this used to be like a perfect counter, and I don't actually know if it can perfect counter Sunlight now that now that it hits for so much damage. Like he's doing like without crits, he's doing 666 damage every time he presses Sunlight. That is a lot of damage. Okay, let's go for an Acid Rain. If he goes for photosynthesis, I can one-shot him with a crit. He went for photosynthesis. He should have sent Sunlight. I guess you could say that was a mind game. But yeah, now Steam Vent has a fairly high chance to just kill him. Ooh, that was a good crit. But I think I could have crit for a little bit more damage there. My purple puffer has already taken a beating, but well, he's faster than the sunflower. Oh, you should not have brought that guy in. He's dead now. Yeah, that's the advantage of Cyclone, is I was able to get some cleave damage into him, so now he can just die to Steam Vents, and then I don't have to worry about Solar Beam. Might not really need the purple puffer here, but he's there just in case like something happens to my Jade Mist Dancer, like a Solar Beam or something. Alright, so this is looking pretty good. I could go for a Rain Dance, but I don't know if I need that. I think Solar Beam, Acid Rain's good. Maybe I just go for another... Maybe I bring the purple puffer, actually. Yeah, I like that idea. You can always change my weather back instantly if I go for Acid Rain, so what I think I will do is take advantage of that sunny day and heal up my puffer. And then go for a pump. I think the purple puffer can 1v2 here, because I do not think he will be out healing my damage. Well, I could be wrong about that. Maybe I just ignore his HP right now because it'll go away once I change the weather. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna cleave the backline pet with Cyclone, and then just change his weather, because that'll instantly take away 50% of his HP. Well, not 50%, but that extra 50%, I should say. Okay, well, that sunlight's on cooldown. Let's bring in the Jade Mist Dancer, and if he's unwise enough to go for this sunlight, he has no way to change my weather back, and I can take advantage of the extra 25% aquatic damage. Yeah, let's go for Rain Dance. We want that Cyclone cleaving him. What on earth would you do that for? You need to stay in on the pet that has sunlight. This guy's not playing this team very well. Alright, let's change that weather. It's going to nerf that health all the way down, back to normal. And we have a crit buff, so let's take advantage of that. No crit. That's fine. It's still big damage because of Cleansing Rain. And if he stays in, he might just die. I can change his weather in 2 turns, so I think staying in is just fine. Gotta be a little bit careful with my purple puffer's health. I might need to go for a heal at some point. Let's go for a steam vent, though. Okay. If he goes for that and iron bark, a crit could cause me some trouble. Okay. Let's go for a rain dance. I think either one of these pets is good versus him, but the purple puffer has a little bit more tech power, so... Let's go for a steam vent. I'm kind of expecting him to go for sunlight here, and then I can change it immediately. Oh no, he crit my purple puffer. That's unfortunate. That's what I was afraid of. So it's up to the Jade Mist Dancer now, but I think he'll be okay. He doesn't have his weather changers for a turn, so I can take advantage of the extra 25% now. He should die to 2 steam vents. Yeah, we got a nice high roll. Well, that was super fun and exciting, but I think I'm just gonna go do like anything else. Because yeah, Triple Blossoming Ancient is about as toxic as it gets. That is 5-0 too. So yeah, that's 5 games. We'll call it there. I'll queue again whenever the bracket isn't raging dumpster fire. So hope you enjoyed the video. I'm sure you didn't. I hated all of it, especially the last 2 games. Actually, the first 3 were okay. I mean, idols aren't particularly fun either. But yeah, this team can totally counter this team. It's just so boring. I guess another team I could play to counter him is just like double or triple sandstorm does pretty good because it mitigates some of that AoE damage, and then I have a weather changer. Because really, you don't need aquatic damage. Having aquatic damage is fine, but it's more important to have a weather changer because you can see like the strength isn't staying on the front line and healing. It's putting up sunny day and then photosynthesis and swap to the back line. And if you don't have a weather changer, it doesn't really matter how much aquatic damage you have. You can't really kill him while he's on the back line, right? Like you can get a little bit of damage with like maybe Cyclone and Acid Rain, but it's not going to be enough to really matter. So yeah, like Triple Sandstorm usually beats this kind of team, but it's still just yeah, there's not really a fast way to beat it, and it's so boring. So yeah, probably just queue tomorrow. Anyways, whenever that is, I will see y'all in the next one.